Okay, and our water is now boiling. So what we're going to do is we're going to melt some wax. Okay, I've got all these. My pot is too small for that much water. Okay, that works. Don't want it that hot. I'll turn it down. As you see, it's going to be too spilly. Okay. So we're going to melt down this wax, and then what we're going to do is we're going to dip pine cones in it. We're going to make pine cone starters. What are they? Fire starters. So let's look in here for our pine cones. Here it is. Bag of pine cones. And let's use some raffia for tying them to the trees and such. Or for hanging them. Okay, so put that on the table. This goes to the bathroom where the rest of the dirty dishes are, and it's probably time to turn off the bathtub. Yeah, that will do. Okay, those can soak. Back here to our job at hand. Now it would be best to do this with string. Do I have string? Yes. These have to be cut off. So I could use that string. Okay, they're all going to have to be cut at that height. So there we go. I have lots of string now. Better than raffia. How are we doing over here? Melting a little bit. Now this is all just pieces of old candles. Paraffin is not good for you to breathe. It's really bad for you. You should only use beeswax. So that's why I'm using this up in Firestarter, which is going to be used in the teepee. There's nothing so much trouble as not being able to get the fire started, especially when all your wood is wet or damp. Okay, let them melt for a while. You don't want any onto the thing. Okay, so now we have some pine cones. Let's take a pine cone and we will tie a string to it. I watched this on a show today on YouTube. I forget where it was. I favorited it. They did it very finely, but there was no lovely talking in the background and visiting and doing many things at once. You see, I'm not going to spend my whole day doing stuff, so I do it all at one time. Okay. Oops, let's get that so far down there. Let's come up here to the top quickly. I don't know why you need to have a string tied on it, because if it's a fire starter, you're just going to throw it straight in the fire. But I think this is so that you can use them for Christmas decorations until that great and fateful day. So we will dip that later when we're ready. Let's get another one ready. This is pretty broken. It's too broken to use for a lovely pinecone basket. Wasn't that basket cool I made? I did like that quite a lot. Boy, that wind is whistling today. Can you hear it? Guess the string wasn't as long as the other one. You probably can't hear that wind, but I can. Now I would think that it would be better to do this in a great big container. Boiler thing, I don't think it needs to be in a double boiler today. But melting wax is tricky. You don't want to burn your house down. People in the south with your lovely pinecone trees, pine trees. You can do this easily. Now I usually like to use the dryer lint to make fire starters. But when you tie it, you can do it without making a big mess, right? This is mine, and I'll make a mess because I really don't care. Let's tie it on again. See, what I could do with these is I could hang them all around in the teepee from the sides, and then when I'm ready for one, I can just pull them down from the wall. Gotta look at this rain coming down. We're gonna lose our snow again. Tomorrow's the snow play in the snow day. People are supposed to be coming here. But if the snow goes away, nobody will come and then have to clean the house. But I do like people. I like it when people come. Hey, it's too cold in there, out there. So, still not melted enough, so we can have time to get more pine cones ready. I'm going to put all my pine cones on a tray, because that's the way she did it in the movie. And I need to be just like the ladies in the movies. That's right. Okay, here we go. We've got those 3 ready. Now let's make some more. Oh my gosh, we've gone over, so I guess this is going to have to be separated into several movies. Okay, so we're going to... See, sometimes my camera turns off, and sometimes it won't turn off. Now, this was done by a wax company, and they were trying to sell candle wax and stuff, and so they used wicking. And I have no idea why you would need wicking around this, because the wax and the pine cone are going to make enough fire. They're going to burn well enough that you don't need to waste a lot of wick to do this. I liked playing my violin with you this morning. Wasn't that a wonderful snowball fight we had yesterday? My goodness, I just had so much fun. And you're such a good sport. Trying to make a looped over knot. I forget how you do it. I guess you go this way. There, and just tie it tight. Hello, it's Nancy today. I wanted to show you how pretty it looks when you add the lye water to the soap, or to the oils. Just get this around my neck here. I'll put you under my neck. And watch this. Okay, I think this is ready. There's no more chunks in there. So now I will take my pine cones and I will dip them. Kind of gets hard for them to get down into the water, into the oil, fat, whatever it is, wax. Now, you dip them once, and then you let them wait, and then you dip them more and more and more and more times. Now this battery looked like it was dead, so it could be dead or it could be alive, and we just won't know for a few minutes. But you'll find out soon enough. I found a better way to tie the strings on. You take a string, maybe a foot of string or whatever, and you tie a loop in it, in the middle, in the very center. And then you hold the loop above the pine cone, and then you wind the long ends around opposite ways around the pine cone. And then at the bottom you tie them together. Come on, guy, tip over, go down in. All the way. There we go. Try not to spill it on your stove. Because if you do, it'll smoke. You see that? Don't let your wax boil, or you will find that you have a little splatter and you get a fire. You have your wax on your wax on low while you're doing this.